underneath the lovely London sky.
Hello everyone. So this is a momentous and a sad occasion. This is my last UCL vlog. Now, that is very sad. UCL has been a huge dream of mine for a long time, and being at UCL was wonderful. I am going on do a really great master's if I make the grade. So I'm really excited for what the future holds, but it is very sad that UCL for me is over, and the fact that coronavirus ruined the end for me is also very sad. But this is a vlog of me finishing my dissertation, so I have my final meeting today with my supervisor to make final edits, and then I'll be handing it in before Monday. So I thought I'd vlog the final process of my dissertation for memory's sake. So basically what my dissertation started as, I wanted to do a study into ancient sign languages, and as you can probably assume, it didn't end up going too well because there's little, like very little to no evidence of that. So I had to change it slightly, and I obviously didn't want to waste the research that I had already done, so I decided to edit it sort of what it was slightly, and it is now a dissertation about ancient attitudes of disability. It's focusing on 4 of the civilizations that I have studied, so the languages of that is, so that's the Romans, the Greeks, the Egyptians, and sort of the biblical period, which is a little bit more tricky because the biblical texts are definitely set a lot more in the past to when the actual writing that we have dates to, and even the writing that we have is newer versions of, and not usually the original version of the text. So it's very sort of complicated, but I'm very excited about it. I have my final meeting today, as I told you, but I'm just going to show you what it looks like and how long it is and stuff like that, because I always found that when I was like, I didn't know how long it was supposed to be, and it was something that I really worried about, that I didn't know how it was supposed to be laid out. I had no idea. Now, one thing that I didn't have to do was a literature review, which I've heard a lot of final years on other courses talking about, but I don't know what a literature review is because I didn't have to do one for my department, and I also didn't have to do a dissertation in my course, but I chose to do it to avoid taking a class that I would fail, namely Latin. Hold on, why did that zoom in? This is what it looks like. I have, let me zoom in a little bit so you can see. I have my cover page, and then I have 5 sections. I have the introduction with sort of methodology, and summaries of the attitudes, and then I have a section on the words, so then I have a section on law codes, and then a section on stable deities, and then conclusion and orthography. Mine is 24 pages long, and without the bibliography, it's about 9,500 words, which is just within the word count, because our word count is supposed to be 750 to 10,000, not 750, you know, 7.5 thousand to 10,000 is our word count. So I'm very excited about handing this in and then being finished, because I've got a lot of things to do this summer. I've got to figure out what I'm doing when I move out of this place. I've got to figure out finances for next year, doing the master's course. A whole lot of things that I've got to figure out, like grown-up adult life stuff. But I am excited, and this is going to be really fun. That I think is very helpful when especially when you're referencing at the end and adding in little details, and you're trying to look through text that you've already read a few times. One thing that I never knew how to do until I started writing my dissertation was what Control F did. So if you press Control F on any sort of website, PDF document, Word document, whatever, if you type in Control F, it will pop up this bar where you can search words to find them in a text, which for some reason I didn't know, but now I do know, and I'm going to use it to search for a reference here for number 30. My teacher said add in a reference, so I'm going to use the feature to help me, because I don't want to have to read through this entire book to find one reference, which obviously nobody wants to do that. So I thought I'd let you know about that really helpful tip, because I didn't know about it. Hello, I am currently using Grammarly to go through and correct some mistakes, some like punctuation mistakes and stuff, but it's telling me things that aren't mistakes, and it's really annoying me. But this is what it sort of looks like, and you know, it's letting you do things like that. And if you replace the comma, see, and it just sort of changes stuff for you. Now if I scroll down to a new section that hasn't been checked, it will come up with all of these mistakes on this side. It's actually very helpful. I wish I was sponsored by Grammarly. Grammarly, if you want to sponsor me, I'm all for it, babe. The thing that I noticed, just been looking through the delivery portion on Grammarly, and it has told me to not use the word cripple, and I think that is super nice and interesting, that it is actually telling you not to use offensive terms or outdated terms, to be like a bit more inclusive. Wow, that is zoomed in. Whilst I really appreciate it, and that is amazing, the use of it was actually in a translation of an Egyptian text. So I'm going to keep it in because it's in translation and it's not me referring to disabled people as cripples. But I thought that was really nice that it was telling me not to use that word. I've finished with the Grammarly, I think, so I'm just waiting on hearing back from my teacher whether she'll have time to go over it again. It's basically like done if she says no, so that's interesting. Anyway, I just want to show you how many tabs I have up. I have like, these are all my PDF tabs of sources that I'm going to remain up on my laptop in case I need them. And then, yes, we all know I'm obsessed with bagels. And then this is how many like Google tabs I have, and these ones I have been sort of curating and closing ones that I no longer need, of, you know, texts that I have downloaded onto my computer and stuff like that. So there's still a lot of tabs, and I can't wait for the moment when I can close down all of my tabs, because my computer will run so much faster. Also, it will run so much faster when I don't have a 32-page Word document like always up, and that document has been sort of like on my laptop open for about a month and a half now without being closed down, so my laptop will really like that. Oh no, everything's falling. I've got not beans, a spot. Anyway, so my computer is not working, ignore that. But what I turned the camera on to say is that I forgot that it was Saturday and my professor is Jewish, so obviously she's not going to be replying to emails until sundown. So I've just been pissing about, basically, just like watching YouTube, making a jacket potato, thinking about what my dissertation photo shoot is going to look like, whether I should do it inside or outside, because I'm an extra bitch like that. Who knows? I'm going to try and get my computer to turn on. It hasn't turned on in weeks. So. Okay, and the lighting is really bad, and you can see the stupid little thing in my glasses. But I'm just about to send my final draft to my teacher, because she said, yeah, she'll look at it again. Yeah. Wow, it's really yellow. Here it is. It is the final stretch. Lily has sent over to me the final comments that she had, so I am going to look at them and see how much work I've got to do, and then I will get back to you. I've looked and there's about 6 comments, so I don't think this is going to take me much longer, maybe a few hours today. It is almost finished. My degree is very almost finished. This is really scary, and I think today after I finish doing this I'm going to go wash my hair, and then tomorrow I can take those famous dissertation photographs that I have been thinking about for about 2 years. So yeah, I'm just going to get on with this now and see where it leads me. So I have literally one more reference that I'm searching for, and I can't find a reference for this point, and it's really starting to aggravate me. Not happy. Okay guys, so I have finally finished my dissertation, and now I'm going to save it as a PDF and then hand it in, and then my degree is over. That is shocking. Really, truly shocking. Now guys, I'm going to submit my dissertation right now. That's bloody scary. Alright, I'm just gonna get my Instagram story up because I can't have this momentous occasion without an Instagram story. So we need to find a good filter. I think we'll go with this and we'll put it on Boomerang, and we'll have to find a place for you to go where I don't need to hold you. Oh my god. Look at that. My degree is over. Okay, it is time. I'm going to be closing down all the tabs on my computer that I don't need. So, here we go. We have this window of tabs. We have this window of tabs. We also have this window of tabs. And we also have these PDFs. Look at that. Now I only have, the only tabs open is this Twilight candle tab. Hello, so I am dressed, I have makeup on, I did my hair. I haven't done this in about a month because of COVID. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some pictures in here against my white wall so that my boyfriend can Photoshop me onto like places in the university campus. And then I'm gonna go outside into our like little garden yard thing and take some nice photos with some natural light, and it's gonna be really fun. I don't think I'm gonna vlog it. I don't have a printer, so I'm going to show the PDF on my computer. I'm very excited, and when I've finished I will show you the photos, so don't worry. Answer the questions that I got. A girl called Wendy, and she asked how did I narrow down my topic for my dissertation. So I don't know whether I've spoken about this in this video, but what I did was I actually was starting to write a dissertation on ancient sign languages, and there was not enough proof or evidence or anything about it, so I had to sort of switch up my dissertation topic. Now, the reason why I chose that originally is because I'm really interested by sign languages and deaf culture, and that is part of what I have been studying for the past 2 years on my degree as a sort of like side thing. I've been studying BSL and sign language and the British deaf culture, so I thought it'd be really cool if I could mix that with my ancient studies, and I couldn't. So what I ended up doing was switching it slightly to just talk about attitudes around generally disability. So then the research that I did do, I could still use, and I then, to make it sort of more linked to my degree topic, which is ancient languages, I decided to look at it through textual based evidence. So disability attitudes that we can glean from words and writings rather than art or archaeology or anything like that, because I think that is a field that has a lot more research done and less on the like sort of text-based stuff. So that is how I got my dissertation topic. And she also asked, how did I go about applying for schools or choosing a degree? And I think from the wording of this, she is American. So in the UK, we apply through a centralized system called UCAS, and we can apply to 5 places, and that's how I applied. And how I narrowed down schools, what I did was I knew what I wanted to study. Now, not everyone knows that, but I knew what I wanted to do. I wanted to study Latin and ancient languages in general, so I knew I wanted to do that. So I looked for courses that allowed me to do that with the prerequisites that I had, and UCL had a course, I had the prerequisites, and it was very interesting. It's pretty much the only one of its kind that I've seen, or that I saw when I applied. There might be new ones now, who knows, but it was like pretty much the only one that at the time, and that's how I chose my degree. But my advice, if you don't know what you want to do, is to find a university that you like and then go from there. I have a question from Chloe, and she asked, what's the best way of organizing yourself for a dissertation, and how early do you think you should start researching it and everything? So organizing it, I think personally it's best to start as early as you can. Now, for me, my topic changed slightly, so I was a little bit sort of pushed back on when I wanted to be writing it, but obviously in final year you've got a lot of other assignments to contend with, and that is going to play into when you can spend time on your dissertation. But in my opinion, as early as possible you should start doing it, and there's no reason why you can't start it the summer before. I know friends who did do that. They knew they were going to start a dissertation, they knew they were going to do one, so they started early, and it just saved them a lot of time during the school year. But it doesn't really matter, because I only started writing mine a month ago, and the best way to organize it is to have regular meetings with your supervisor. Now, I found that I sort of had meetings every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks during the school year, and then every week without fail I'd have at least one meeting during the writing process, just to keep up to date with my supervisor. And if my supervisor was holding me accountable to a word count or finishing researching a specific topic or whatever, when my supervisor was holding me accountable, it meant that I did more work. And so that, in my opinion, utilize the resource that is your dissertation supervisor. That is really helpful, and it kept me accountable. And I told her, you have to keep me accountable, and she was like, okay, I'll keep you accountable. But it did work out, and yeah, it was great. And the other question is from, I'm not sure what her name is, because her Twitter doesn't have a name, it's just called Down to Last. She asked, has the university met my expectations? And I want to say 100%, 1000%, yes, and more. I just loved it. Like, I'm so sad that it's over. Yeah, so there are all the questions that I got, because not many people asking me questions. Hello guys, before I finish this video, I'm just like having a celebratory movie night with my friend Hannah. You can't really see her, but she's in the corner of the screen there, and we are watching Twilight, and it's her first time watching it. Can you see that she's waving? I don't even know, but it's her first time watching it, and it's so funny getting her reactions. And yeah, that is the end of this video. thank you for watching, and thanks for being a faithful, and thanks for watching. Mwah.